welcome to my May Ketchup and Pickles vlog, formerly known as my Ketchup vlog. If you don't know what Ketchup and Pickles is, it is a elementary school teaching technique where you have two columns for the kids, and the catch-up column is all the things that they need to catch up on doing, and then the pickles column is like fun activities where they can pick something to do. And I have always really liked that concept, and I thought it might be a fun way for me to kind of make this transition week between the 2 months a little bit more fun and a little bit more productive. Also build in some rewards for myself for getting stuff done. Some of the catch-up stuff will be book related, some will just be human living her life related, and the pickle stuff will also, like, some of it will be book related, some of it will be real life related. It's currently April 30th. I would usually start this vlog on the 1st, but I don't know, it just felt right to start it today and to kind of get us going on this next week-ish. I'll probably do this vlog until Sunday, and then that will be that. So we'll see how much I can get done in 6 days. I'm not nervous, it's fine. To start off for catch-up, it's not really catch-up, but it is hurry up. If you saw my reading as many library books as I can in a week vlog, I don't know if that's actually what I've titled it. It'll be a surprise for everybody. I'll link it down below. I am currently reading Our Violent Ends. I have, I think, 2 chapters left, and I need to finish this today so I can have it in my April wrap-up. So it has to get done today. This is the priority. This is what I need to focus on. I am about to go to work in a little bit, and then I have been trying to run on the treadmill 1 day a week. I'm doing a very slow couch to 5K program where, like, you're supposed to run 3 days a week, but I am very leery of putting too much impact on my joints just because I have cranky joints. So I'm only doing it 1 day a week. Today is the day where I need to go and do my run, but it's only like 30 minutes. And it's also my excuse to watch some YouTube videos. So I'm gonna go to work and then go to the gym and do the run. And then the real life catch up stuff is I need to go get cat food. I need to go get another tube of cover up from Ulta because I'm basically out. And oh, I need to get some ingredients that I need for dinner tonight. That's kind of on the agenda for today. I don't think I'm gonna have a hard time finishing this because I really like it. However, it was just last night that I remembered that this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, so now I'm nervous. And yes, my husband laughed at me when I told him that I just remembered I was reading a Romeo and Juliet retelling. So I'm hopeful that Chloe Gong doesn't break me too much. So this is the catch-up column. Once I am done with that, what I have in my pickles column is I went on a little bit of an EARC download binge, and Peter S. Beagle, who wrote The Last Unicorn, has a new book coming out this year at 85 years old. Like, what? And The Last Unicorn, so the movie, the animated movie, was my favorite movie growing up. Like, I loved it so much. I was looking at my copy of the book the other night and realized I should probably splurge and buy the new cover because look at my poor copy. It is so beat up. It is falling apart. But I also really enjoyed the book. I think the movie is such a faithful adaptation of the book. I have really fond thoughts for it. Sorry if my sound was funky. I just realized my cover. My cover keeps slipping off, so I'm just gonna take it off and we'll see how that sounds. Peter S. Beagle has a new book coming out. It's called I'm Afraid You Got Dragons. And I have it on my Kobo, obviously, so I've only been reading it when I have gotten into bed, but I've been so tired that I've only been reading maybe 2 or 3 pages, like 2 or 3 ebook pages. It's not a lot. Before I can't keep my eyes open and I fall asleep. Well, I really want to finish Our Violet Ends so then I can devote some more time to I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons. That is the Ketchup and Pickles plan for the day. I'm excited to get some stuff done. I do have real life stuff to do tomorrow. Like, I am way behind on getting me and the kids in to the doctor, the dentist, the eye doctor. So tomorrow will be the phone call day. I hate phone calls. I hate making phone calls, but I just need to do it. And I am purposefully using this vlog to shame myself into making those phone calls. Wish me luck. I need to emotionally prepare for that. I have like 40 minutes before I need to leave for work, so let's do some reading.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way.
I did in fact finish Our Violent Ends before I went to work this morning, but I didn't have time to update you. So now I'm home from running the errands, and I think I'm gonna give it a 5-star. Yeah, I think so. This is the problem with waiting until afterwards, because then I calm down. These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends is a duology that is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and it's set in 1920s Shanghai, and Chloe Gong is pulling some historical events in, but it is largely very, very fictionalized, and I love it so much. I don't know what else to tell you. This is such a fun duology. It is YA fantasy. I just love it. And I love that I love it because year and a half ago, I was really struggling with YA in general. I wasn't enjoying it the way I have in the past. It was hard for me to read, and it made me really sad because I've loved YA for so long. And so this year to finally be loving YA again, it makes me so happy. But I think this duology is really fun. I think Chloe Gong does a really great job of adapting Romeo and Juliet into this setting. I think if you've never read Romeo and Juliet before, you will read this duology and it will be a fun time. And if you have read the play or have seen the play performed, there are so many Easter eggs in here, which makes it really, really fun. I had a great time. I loved it. I will not talk about the ending because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. So we're just gonna say this is great. Love the characters. The romance was so good. I love these two characters a lot. Specifically, I love Juliet so much. I just love her. So yay. Oh my gosh. So now I can talk about that tomorrow when I sit down to film my April wrap-up, which is gonna probably be short this time around because I didn't read as much this month as I usually do. All right, so now I have a couple hours at home. I have to remember what I said I was gonna do this morning. I actually think I have time to sit down and read. I'm gonna tidy a little bit. The living room's a little bit. You can't see it because I was very strategic about where I put my camera. But the living room is a little bit of a disaster in pockets. So most of the room is fine. There's just little pockets of mess. So I'll tidy that maybe while I listen to an audiobook. And then I think I'm gonna take it easy. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy May. Wild. I lied yesterday when I said I just had to finish Our Violent Ends and then I could read what I wanted. I forgot that I am behind on a virtual book club that I lurk in. I was gonna say participate, but I don't participate. I read the books and then I lurk. The book club that I lurk in is the Betty Pages book club, and Betty's Pages is a indie bookstore in the suburbs of Chicago, I think, and they have a really awesome, they call it Challenge Your Shelf, but it's on Storygraph. It's on their website if you also are interested in participating. I really like it because each year they have a different theme. This year is Taylor Swift themed, and so they'll have a couple of adult titles, young adult, middle grade, and then children's books, and they've paired each one with a Taylor Swift song, and then you just go through and you pick which one you want to read, and it's really nice because there's a lot of options and I can kind of mood read within it. And I'm behind. I haven't done March's or April's yet, so I have to catch up before I can really read what I want to read. So these are my catch up picks for the next couple of days. The first one is The Mystery of Locked Rooms by Lindsay Curry. This is a middle grade book. I think it's a mystery. She tends to do middle grade mysteries or middle grade like thriller / horror, and I've read one from her before and I wasn't super impressed. I didn't love it. I think I probably gave it like a 3, but I'm interested in reading more from her and I really like this cover. And the audiobook is on Hoopla and the ebook was available to borrow right away from my library. And then for April, I'm going to read Boy Crazy Stacy, the graphic novel from Babysitter's Club. There were a lot of choices, but nothing that I either was interested in reading or was easily accessible. Like, I really wanted to read Open Earth, but I just can't find it anywhere without paying like $15 for it, and that's even for the version. I had to scrap that. Maybe I'll ask my library to buy it at some point, but for now we have Boy Crazy Stacy in the house already because my twins are big fans of this series. Those are the catch-up books. And then my pickles book, if I make good progress on these two today, I really want to read Hooky. This is another graphic novel. It's middle grade, and this is a trilogy, and my twins own the whole trilogy. I bought it for them for various like Christmas, birthdays, whatever, and they both super love this. I have wanted to read it for forever, and my oldest is currently hyper fixated on it and is begging me to read it. Have to go to work soon. It's also late start day for us, so I'm gonna have to like take my youngest to school and then run to work. I'm always late on Wednesdays just because of how late start goes, but I'm gonna go to work and then I'm gonna come home. I do want to work out today, but I think I'm gonna do something a little bit lower intensity because I did do the run yesterday and then I had ballet class in the evening, so my body is tired, but I want to get some movement in just to help deal with all my restless, nervous energy that I seem to be carrying around lately. But also I think Jan is doing beginning of the year reading sprints, I think like right now, but I can't watch them until I get home from work, so I'll watch them afterwards. But I figured I'll come home, turn on the sprints, maybe read Boy Crazy Stacy first because I don't think that will take very long. Start the Lindsay Curry book, have lunch, work out, have lunch, read, work out, something like that. And then hopefully start Hooky later this afternoon, if not this evening. And once I finish the Lindsay Curry book and Boy Crazy Stacy, then I can jump in to the Peter S. Beagle book, which the ALCs for Libro FM came out today for the month of May, and that Peter S. Beagle book is one of the ALCs, and I'm so excited because I will make so much more progress on it now that I have access to the audiobook and not just the ebook, which I'm still tried to read it last night. I don't think I finished the chapter. I've been on the same chapter for like 3 nights because I keep picking it up when I'm in bed, and I might just start the whole book over again, like from the beginning on audio, because I don't think reading it when I'm sleepy is doing much for my memory retention. So that is the plan for today. I forgot to get all the info I needed for my husband for all of our appointments, so I'll get that tonight. And then tomorrow, Friday? Maybe Friday will be make appointments day. Okay, that's it. I'll talk to y'all later. finished Boy Crazy Stacy, and this was so nostalgic for me to read because I was obsessed with the original chapter book series in elementary school and like the spin-off series about Christy's little sister, and I just absolutely loved the whole franchise. So reading this was really nice because I haven't really read the graphic novel adaptations, even though like the twins have been obsessed with them for forever. I don't know that I can really rate it because I think a lot of my enjoyment was just based on nostalgia. I also, when I was younger, I wanted to have so many kids. Like I used to say I wanted 6, 7, 8 children. And then I got pregnant and realized that I actively hate being pregnant. And so that quickly changed. But I blame Babysitter's Club for making me think I wanted a lot of children because the Pike family has 8 kids. But in this installment, I guess, or in this book, Stacy and Marianne, who are 2 of the babysitters, obviously 2 of the main characters, go with the Pike family for 2 weeks on a beach vacation, and they've been hired to kind of help with all the kids. And so that's the plot. It's just them at the beach. Stacy gets a crush on a lifeguard at the beach, and that crush takes over everything. She is obsessed with this lifeguard, and to the point where she stops being a good friend and starts ignoring the job that she's been hired to do to fawn over this boy instead. I liked it. It was fun. I don't think I'm going to rate it though because, yeah, I'm just not going to rate it. It just feels weird to rate it. I'm watching the playback of Jan's reading sprints, and I'm going to start the Lindsay Curry book next, The Mystery of Locked Rooms, and see how far into this I can get. It is only 236 pages on my Kobo. I wonder how many hours the audiobook is. 5 hours and 49 minutes on audio. Perfect. There's also a different cover for the audiobook, but I think I prefer this other one. Okay, I'm gonna drink my coffee, keep watching Reading Sprints, start the middle grade, and update when I have something to say. I just got done working out and I did not realize how not cute this bun is, but I was reading Mystery of the Locked Room by Lindsay Curry. I got 15% in, and then I started to get sleepy. So I got up and I went and I did a little Pilates workout, which is great because then it was low impact and my joints have been ouchy today. So that felt really, really good actually. And I got sweatier than I anticipated, which I guess always kind of a bonus. I don't know. It was a good workout. I feel good. So now I have about 30 minutes before I need to eat up from school. I still have my coffee. I've been drinking it so slowly. There's a little like privately owned coffee drive-through on my way to work, and they make their coffee so strong and so sweet. Like I don't get anything fancy. I always just get an iced Americano with vanilla and oat milk added to it. And I don't know if they add more oat milk than the other places. I mean, I don't know if they add more vanilla than the standard for places around me, but it keeps me going for a longer time. But I do have to sip it slowly because otherwise, woo. But let's talk about The Mystery of Locked Rooms because I'm on chapter 6 and I already forgot the main character's name, and it's in first person. Sarah. Okay, so Sarah and her best friends West and Hannah are super nerdy into math, into logical thinking and deductive reasoning, and they love to do escape rooms together. So this opens with them finishing the second hardest escape room at this place in their town, and they're celebrating and they're really excited. And then Sarah goes home, and through the narration we find out that her mom works 2 different jobs and she's working a ton. She has an 18-year-old brother, and her dad has chronic fatigue something where he is pretty much bedbound, and can't get up, can't be awake for very long, sleeps a lot, is unable to work, and so the like responsibility of taking care of everything falls on Sarah's mother. And we find out that they have been served a foreclosure notice by the bank, and so they are going to have to, the bank is going to take their house back, and they are going to have to move to another city to move in with Sarah's grandparents until they can get back on their feet. And Sarah is devastated because she doesn't want to leave her friends, and obviously she doesn't want to lose her house because that's, you know, her home. And is it West or Hannah? One of her friends brings up this like local urban myth about these triplets who built this huge fun house and hid this treasure in the fun house. And there's all these, it's supposed to be like this maze, and there's all these riddles and clues to try to find the treasure. And so the three of them decide to go to the fun house, which has been closed and boarded up for years and years and years, and see if they can find the treasure that the triplets left behind so that Sarah's house can be saved. And so that's where I've gotten. They haven't gotten, they just arrived at the fun house at the end of chapter 5. And I like it so far? Question mark? The only other book I've read by Lindsay Curry is Scritch Scratch, which I think is technically more middle grade horror and has to do with ghosts, if I remember correctly. And that one's set in Chicago as well, and so is this one. So Lindsay Curry must live in Chicago. Or this one's set outside Chicago, like in a suburb. And I thought Scritch Scratch was fine. I wanted it to be scarier, which maybe that is unfair for middle grade, but I had been led to believe that Scritch Scratch is really scary, and I felt like it was more predictable and not as suspenseful or scary as it could be. And I have read middle grade horror that is legitimately scary, so I feel like that's not an unreasonable critique, but anyway. But since this one is more of like a mystery and a riddle and a puzzle type book, I don't think I'll have that same critique. That's how it's going. I really want to start Hooky, so I might do that since now I have 25 minutes before I need to leave. And so then that way when my oldest gets home from school and asks if I started it, I won't have to lie or disappoint her. I can just be like, yeah, I totally started your favorite book. Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. I have the day off. I'm so happy. I just finished filming my April wrap-up and I need to start putting the books away, but I did finish Mystery of the Locked Rooms by Lindsay Curry this morning, so we're going to talk about it while I organize my life. I need to put all the library books back in here. So I just said this in my wrap-up for another middle grade book I read, but I'm going to say it again for this book because I think it's true for this one as well. I think there are some middle grade books that are really timeless, like the way they're written, the characters, the themes that are in it. They can just they can extend past their age category and be read by any age, any person. Like they're just timeless, and then will be as relevant now as they are now, like 10, 20, 30 years down the line. And then I think there are other books that are very much written for their intended age group. And I think Lindsay Curry is one of those authors for me, because this is my second of her books. And this is another like book that I think is just fine. And I think if it is read by an 8 to 12-year-old, then I think it's a great book. But like as an adult reader, it doesn't feel special to me. So the rest of the book is them going through this house and solving all the riddles. So it's basically just like an escape room after an escape room after an escape room. And I'm not an escape room person to begin with. Like that is not a situation that sounds fun for me. That just sounds absolutely stressful and like not how whoa, I saved it. And not how I want to spend my time. So that was not off to a good start when it's like an activity based around an activity that I don't find enjoyable. I just changed my rating system. Y'all are going to get so sick of this because I'm going to talk about it in all these different videos because I'm filming so many different videos at one time right now, which is kind of exhausting. So I'm looking forward to the various projects I started being over. So on my new scale, A 5 is favorite of all time, changed my personality. I can't even remember what my life was like before I read this book. A 4 is I really, really liked it. A 3 is I liked it. A 2 is meh, and a 1 is I hated it, I think, is what we're going on. So based off of that rating scale, I gave The Mystery of the Locked Rooms like a 2.75 because it was a very meh book for me, and Lindsay Curry I'm finding is a very like meh author for me. So that's your update. What are we doing today? Oh, so that was my last book club book. So I am caught up with my book clubs, thank goodness. So now I can figure out what I'm gonna read for May. I need to... What do I need to do? I need to make more progress on Hooky because I didn't read it at all yesterday. Oh yeah, I didn't update you all yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday. That's my heavy work day. And then also I was finishing up a book for another vlog project that'll be out in a couple of weeks, I think. See how fast I read. And then a friend of mine and we went and took an aerial yoga class because my kids have been taking aerial yoga at the studio. But they also have adult classes, and my friend and I have been watching our kids take aerial yoga but haven't taken it ourselves yet. So we went to take class together and it was good, but I am sore because I do not use my upper body that way very often. Yesterday was fun, but it was exhausting. I crashed hard when I got home, like after the high from the yoga class wore off. I am gonna try to work out, but I'm gonna work out from home. I'm gonna do, I think, a leg workout. Have I done all my catch-up stuff? Oh, I still need to make my appointments. Make my appointments, but I keep forgetting to tell my husband to give me that stuff, the information that I need. So I texted him this morning. I'm waiting to hear back from him so he can send me all that stuff, and then I'll start making phone calls. But until then, I think I'm going to have more coffee, finish watching a YouTube video I'm in the middle of, work out. I have to edit now because I got to edit that wrap up to get it up on Sunday. I want to catch up with the editing for this vlog, and I need to edit the other vlog I have going right now, and then probably do some organizing. Actually, I've been meaning to like clear out some stuff in the kitchen. We still have like all the IKEA toddler plates from when the kids were little, and I mean my youngest is almost 9, so we clearly do not need to be holding on to those or to the sippy cups anymore. So I've been meaning to clean out that cupboard in the kitchen all week, so I should probably do that today so that I don't have to think about it anymore. I also should probably just tidy in general. I need to vacuum. So just lots of chores around the house stuff, but I need an audiobook. Oh, I can start the audio for I'm Afraid You Have Dragons. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Good plan.
What's wrong and why you never said you felt that way? And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to...
I did it! Okay, I was on hold with our doctor's office for 21 minutes. It is insane. Also, I can't believe how fast doctors fill up, but I made the dentist appointment, I made the well child checkup appointments, and I made my eye doctor appointment. So I am now sweaty and I feel overheated, and I've been sitting for a really long time. So I'm gonna go do my workout and then come back to my computer work. Happy Saturday, friends. Hopefully the rain ASMR is not too loud. I just got done teaching. Work went well, except I called a dad grandpa, which is always absolutely humiliating, and I should know better. I just should know better. And my brain, as my mouth was opening and the word was coming out of my mouth, my brain was telling me to shut the fuck up. But did I listen? No. I just put my big old foot in my mouth. But other than that, it went fine. The kids are all fine. I'm a mess, but the kids are fine. And I'm gonna go home and eat. I am on the fence on whether or not there is a workout in my future today because I am so tired. And I've had an energy drink already today to keep up with the kids, so I don't know why I'm tired, but am I updating you on? Oh, I'm afraid you might have dragons. I'm like 40% of the way through it, and I don't know, I switched over to the audiobook, which was a good choice because the narrator is somebody I've listened to before and I really, really like him, and I feel like audiobook is definitely the way to go with this story. It really does feel like a bedtime story, like something that should be read aloud, but it's very much got classic fantasy feel. I don't have to check what age group this is for because everybody is either an older teen or a grown-up, but like a young grown-up. But I'm not sure if it's going to be marketed as YA or if it's going to be marketed as adult. Regardless, it's definitely cozy fantasy. We have these 3 main characters who are all in these very specific roles. We have a dragon hunter or a dragon exterminator, a prince and a princess, and neither of them like the roles that they are being forced into, and so they're all kind of quietly rebelling in other ways. Like the dragon exterminator actually loves dragons and ends up saving them and hiding them in his house to protect them. I'm not as in love with it as I kind of hoped I would be, but I think it's a good time. I think I'm also like 40% into Hooky, and this is one of those books where I am glad my children love it, but I do not love it in the same way. The dialogue is just really stilted and awkward sometimes, and I don't know what's going on. It's such a chunky graphic novel. It's taking me forever to read. I'm gonna go home, probably read some more, and I think Liv had reading sprints earlier this morning, so I might see if I can like cozy up in my bed and turn on the reading sprints. We'll see if the kids let me live that reality.
You could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
Hello friends, I have bad news. I somehow, in between this morning and now, it's currently 7:30, have lost all interest in I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons. I don't know what happened. I just don't care anymore. I'm going to soft DNF, so I'm going to plan to come back to it later, but I don't care anymore. So there's that. I'm gonna focus on finishing Hooky, which I'm liking more now that the action has picked up, but I don't know. I don't know what happened with the other book. It's not bad. I might not be in the mood for cozy fantasy. That might be the problem. I might need some heavier stakes, some more action than I currently have right now. We went to go see episode 1 in the movie theater today because our local movie theater was showing it this weekend. That's not a good movie, but it was a fun family activity, and we're at the time of the evening where it's time to start getting the kids ready for and in bed, and then I don't know if I'll cozy up and read or if my husband and I will watch something. It'll be a surprise for everybody. Good morning, friends. Sorry, the lighting is atrocious, and I'm gonna try and use my mic because everybody in my house is still asleep. But I finished Hooky Volume 1, and I think I'm gonna give it maybe like 3 stars, 3.25 stars. I did overall like it. I think there's just maybe like too much banter. I really liked when the plot was actually plotting, but there was a lot of banter in between the plot doing its thing. But this is a webtoon comic that was then like adapted or bound up, and it's about 12-year-old twins, Danny and Dorian, who are supposed to be going to magic school, but they miss the bus and end up going and apprenticing with another witch named Master Pendragon because they're too scared to tell their parents that they missed the bus to go to their magical boarding school. And in this world, witches are considered evil, and so they largely keep their identity a secret because they've been persecuted in the past and the king has had witches executed, so they try to keep their identity secret. And then they end up making friends with a bunch of other kids who are also studying magic, but maybe not necessarily wizards. And then there's like this big like political plot between the witches and the kingdom, and I found that part really interesting and fun and exciting, but I think there's just too much banter. They also set it up for quite a few romances, and I kind of have an idea of where the romances are going to go because my twins have read the whole trilogy and really love it, and so I've obviously, like, as they have read it, have gotten spoilers for some things, but I totally see why, like, my kids love this series so much and why they like this book, and so I probably will continue just because I know there's quite a big time jump in between the volumes, because by the end of it, I think Danny and Dorian are like 18 or maybe 16, and I think at some point there is a queer romance in this story as well, from what my twins have said. And I think today is definitely going to be the last day of the vlog. I don't know if I'll be able to read anything more in this vlog, just because I don't think I have anything short that I want to read, and these graphic novels are too chunky to read all in one day, at least for me. My kids obviously burn through these super duper fast, but it takes me a little longer. So I'll come back when the lighting is better and I'm maybe ready for the day, and we'll wrap this sucker up.
Never said you felt that way. I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
Alright, we're back in the car again. My library has been closed all week to do some remodeling, and they are finally back open again, and I have that big bag of library holds or library checkouts to drop off and then holds to pick up, and we need to close out this vlog. So thank you all for coming along with me this week as I transitioned to a Ketchup and Pickles vlog. I don't know if this is good for you. I had a good time. I feel like I got a lot done this week, especially stuff that I had been putting off for a very long time, and I'm largely happy with my reading this week. I was gonna say I wish I'd had a book that I'd really loved, but I did finish Our Violet Ends, which I did really love that book. Everything else has just been kind of like meh this week, but that's okay. I'm excited to get into the books I want to read in May. I didn't do an official TBR because I'm not really feeling planning out my reading that far in advance, but I did make a short or a reel of picking my TBR jar books. So you could either go over to my YouTube page or my Instagram channel if you want to see that and see which books got pulled if you haven't seen it already. I'm excited for those books and just to see what the month brings. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to leave an emoji to let me know you're here, let's do a key emoji, and like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye!